I am Alan Vic P. Pangilinan Jr., your instructor for today. I'm from BSIT 1A. I'm going to discuss to you the control structure 2, repetition. The objectives of this class is for you to learn about repetition control structures, explore how to construct and use count controlled, sentinel controlled, flag controlled, and EOF controlled repetition structures. EOF, by the way, is an acronym of end of file, controls repetition structures. The other things that you might learn from this class is to examine break and continue statements, discover how to form and use nested control structures. The first thing that we will discuss and the first thing that you will learn is the while looping statement or the while looping structure. Typically, while loops are written in the following form. First, we will put the initialization to the loop, and then followed by the statement while. Followed by the statement while, we will put our condition. Then at the end of the condition, we will put the statements, and then after the statements, the incrementations. We have 4 types of while loops. A while ago, I discussed to you the different types of it. One of it is the counter-controlled while loop. This looping statement is used when exact number of data or entry pieces is known. The general form of the counter-controlled while loop is, for example, as you can see on the screen, the initialization counter is equals to 0, and then the while followed by the condition counter is greater than n. Then, as I said a while ago, you will put your statements and then your incrementation. Okay, the second thing that you will learn is the sentinel controlled while loop. This loop is used when exact number of entry pieces is unknown, but the last entry is known. The general form of the sentinel controlled while loop is input the first data item into the variable, or in the program, initialize the loop controlled variable. The next thing that you will put is the while, and then followed by the condition. As you can see in the screen, variable is not equal to the sentinel. The program will initialize or test the loop controlled variable as you put on the while statement. Then at the bottom of it, the statement. Input a data item into the variable, or in the program, update the loop and control variable. The next thing that you will learn is the flag controlled while loop. This loop uses the boolean value to control this loop. The general form is found is equals to false, or your initialization. This initializes the loop control variable. Next is the while, followed by its condition, as you can see on the screen, is not found. This will test the loop control variable. On to the next is our statement, or the logical expression. If, at the bottom of it, is the statement found is equals to true. This will update the loop control variable. End of file controlled while loop is the last. This loop used when input is from files, or the sentinel value is not always appropriate. In an EOF controlled while loop that uses the scanner object console to input data, console act at the loop control variable. The method hasNext of the class scanner returns true if there is an input in the input stream. Otherwise, it returns to false. The expression console.hasNext evaluates to true if there is an input in the input stream. Otherwise, it returns to false. Expressions such as console.nextInt act as the loop condition. A general form of the EOF controlled while loop that uses the scanner object console to input data is of the form. As you can see on the screen, EOF controlled while loop has a syntax as you can see on the screen, while, and then followed by the condition in file that has next. Then, get the next input and store it in an appropriate variable. Process the data. After learning the while loop, we will learn the for looping structure. It is a specialized form of while loop. It simplifies the writing of a count control loops. The syntax is for, then followed by the condition, initialize expression, logical expression, and the incrementation. And then at the end of the condition, we will put our statement. The first thing that we learn is the while, and then the for, and the last, the do-while loop structure. The syntax of the do-while structure is do, then its statement, then followed by the do is the while, then its condition. The statements execute first, and the logical expression or the condition is evaluated. Statement or statements executed at least once and then continued if the logical expression or the condition is true. If false, the looping statement will return onto the do statement.
Hey, I'm Jonathan Villarin, your next instructor. And I'm with the best programmer in the world, man. That's insane!
Hi, I'm Samiris De Jesus, your handsome programmer from BSIT 1A.
And now, I'm going to teach you the different types of repetition. First, the for loop. And this is the syntax. First, the keyword for. Next is the initialization. Next, the condition. And the postfix increment or incrementation. And the statement. Statement. That's the syntax of for loop. And now, I will give you some examples how to display a number 1 to 10. First, the keyword for. The initialization or E is declare variable like n is equals to 0. The condition n is less than or equal to 10. Then the postfix increment and plus plus. Then the statement. System dot out. Print ln. And is plus n. And then that's it. Now let's try on NetBeans.
And that is the syntax for the loop or for the for loop repetition. Samir will now show us the output of this loop. As you can see, the output of the loop shows that the value of n is equals to 0, and to the next, the 0 is incremented by 1, so that the next value is 1, on to the next, and so on and so forth. Now we will show you the infinite loop. As you can see, that's the syntax of the infinite loop.
Sample.
That's the sample, as Jonathan says. Now Samir will show us the output of it. Okay, as you can see, it is called by its name an infinite loop because it doesn't stop. It will loop, or it will loop forever. It's in forever. Okay, next, the next infinite loop. Now Samir close the other one first. There. Now, that's the syntax of the second infinite loop. Now, Samir will show us again the output of it. Okay, as you can see here, the numbers is not in a value of 0. It will just keep on counting until it no longer display the value of the integer, because there is a given value onto the syntax. I'll show you the value of the syntax that we put. Wait a minute. There, you can see there's an incrementation at the end.
Remember, the basic parts of a for loop are the initialization, the condition, and the incrementation is called update or postfix increment. That's it. Now we'll go now to the while loop.
Greetings, my name is Jack Cosme and I am going to be your instructor for now. With my friend here,
Hi, I'm Axel.
we are going to discuss the things about while loop statement. He will program whatever I will say or discuss here in front of you, if I am not mistaken. Then this is the syntax of while loop statement. Now, the syntax contains the initialization, the condition and statement, and I forgot something. Yeah, you forgot about the incrementation command. There. And the incrementation and decrementation, which is the update. Now, my friend here will display a program that will execute a series of numbers in a decrementing form. Go. Okay, there's our syntax, the while syntax. Now Axel will show us the output. Now as you can see, that's the output of our Java program. That is the output of the while loop. And again, we will show you the syntax. The syntax goes as what Jack said a while ago, with the initialization followed by the while, and then the condition, then the statement system.out.println, and of course the decrementation. That's it.
You have to remember the initialization, the condition, the statement, and the update. With this and this alone could run a single program. And also, the condition required to exit a while true loop is called sentinel value. The keyword break provides another means of exiting a loop structure. Achieving the sentinel value is generally preferred over using break to exit a while true loop. Oh, it's me again, of course. Now, we finish the for loop and while loop. And the next is the do while. And now, I will teach you how to do that. And I'm with my friend, the programmer.
Hello, my name is Paul Pehana. I'm your programmer today.
So, we have to recap. First, the for loop and the while loop are remember, for loop and while loop are also known as pretest repetition structures. Pretest because they test for the condition first long before they execute the code. Remember, both for loops and while loops are pretest repetition structure since they evaluate the condition before executing their code. The code will never execute if the loop conditions are not met. Unlike for and while loop true loops, do while loops are post-test repetition structures. They evaluate the condition after executing their code. Therefore, the code will always execute at least one. And now, I will show you the syntax of do while loops. First, the initialization. And then the keyword do. And then the statement. And then the postfix. The incrementation or decrementation, I'm sorry. And then we close that with the bracket. And then the while. And the condition. And that's the syntax of do while loop. And now, you know the syntax. I will show you some examples. Example. Countdown from 10. First, the initialization. And you also have the variable n is equals to 10. The keyword do. Then the statement. And then the postfix decrement. And we close it with a brace. And this is the condition. We have the keyword while. then this is the condition, n is greater than 0. And after that, we close it with semicolon. That's it. Now, let's try it. Let's try this code on NetBeans.
And as you can see on the screen, that's our syntax for the do while. Paul will now show us the output of the do while. Look, Paul, do it. Okay. As you can see, the result is n is equals to 10 because of the post decrement. As you can see, it's 10 and followed by 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And yan. Now you see the program. So that's it. Remember, so 3 different types of repetition. Remember that for and while loops are pretest. And then the do while is post-test repetition structures. Remember that.
Hey, thank you.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Tendency sakto sa ilong. Instructor for today.
My name is Jesse Cosman, and I am going to be your instructor for now. And with my friend here, hello, I'm actually loops and while loops are pretest. Pretest repetition structures. If they violate the condition before something happens,
Well, looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf and she's clubbing. Cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I'm with, this is what I say. Run away, baby. The fire put my spell on you. You better get away, darling. Cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, we're in the floor. Because Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby.
Palis si Jake.
Well, let me think, what should I do? So many eager young bunnies that I'd like to pursue. Now even though they're eating out the palm of my hand, there's only one carrot and they all gotta share it. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby. The fire put my spell on you. You better get away, darling. Cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, we'll end up alone. Cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. See, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, I just wanna work you, baby. Yup, see, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby.